Greetings. Welcome to Growth Hacking Show. This is Mohammed Siddique. I'm your host for a Growth Hacking Show and the co-author of New Success Secrets, available on Amazon. Why you're watching this? This is only for CEOs, founders, serial entrepreneurs, business owners. If you are not one of them, you may not learn anything from this one. Unless you want to improve yourself and grow your business and avoid costly mistakes, then you should set aside every other distraction for next 2 minutes and stay focused like this, because you're going to learn so much, so that way you don't have to do those mistakes. Our guests come and actually share their proven missteps to avoid and their success secrets that help you to accelerate your business growth. So in this regard, I come from Atlanta, Georgia. Anywhere in the world, wherever I find the best people, best guests available on our schedule, we go. This time we are going to Sydney, Australia, all the way. So good thing is we don't have to travel, and you don't have to travel. You can watch it from your place, and technology helps. So today with me is a very special guest, and he is no other than founder, CEO of Grant Herbert. He is a CEO and founder of People Builders. You can see the very nice branding by my guest on screen, and they help on human resources. The biggest part of any business, of course my guest is going to share with you a lot more, to grow and to destroy any business, not the process, not the system, it's the people. It has too many variations. I would say everything is variation, and it's very hard to systemize and put people into the processes, and then they have to focus on them, and then to test A/B testing in marketing. Imagine on A to Z testing on human resources. That's the only way we can actually grow. And for that purpose, please join me to give a warm welcome to founder, CEO. He is keynote speaker, coach, C-suite executive coach, trainer, master trainer, anything about improving ourselves as a people, become a better person to produce the best results in our capacity. So please join me to give a warm welcome to Grant Herbert. Grant, welcome.
Thank you, Siddique. Great to be here all the way from Australia.
Welcome. Let me start with this, Grant. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to become the master human resource executive?
Fantastic. So, look, for me, at the end of the day, I'm just an ordinary guy with an outstanding wife, 5 amazing kids, and on my own journey of imperfection. And I came from a military, then corporate career, and I was just sitting there after I had finally been spat out of the corporate world in a large multinational takeover of a company, and had a look at what, the environment and what was going on and the effect that it was having on me. And as someone who had run people and developed people for so long myself and got it wrong most of the time, I thought, you know what, I'm going to do something about this. People Builders is something that I had on my heart for many, many years, and wasn't able to take it and do what I wanted to do with it because I was working for others. And so for me, it was getting to a point in my career where I had to do something about myself and my own challenges, and I wanted to share that with others as well. So that's where I was just over 10 years ago now, when I decided to do what it is that I do today.
Wonderful. It's amazing. So, Grant, we are selfish. We want to capture maximum wisdom right. Let's get into it right away. Grant, based on your experience of working out 10 years and working in so many businesses, you train other coaches and trainers as well. What are the top 3 missteps to avoid that hurts their growth?
Yeah, okay. So look, some people mightn't like me saying this, but there's a term that goes around right now, and it's called hustle and grind. And it's something that entrepreneurs can a lot of times, and business people can feel that they need to do. So you're just flat out doing everything, and you're hustling here and there, and you're grinding every single day, and working 24/7 and never being switched off. And for me, that's one of the biggest challenges that I had early in my business, to the point where it affected my health, and without me, my business didn't run. The second one is comparison, which really feeds the first one. And comparing results, comparing what it is that you do with what others are doing. And, you know, we're at Christmas here at the time we're recording this, and I find a lot of people at the end of the year compare their results to what others are doing, and it can be quite debilitating instead of inspiring to go into the new year. And the third one is distractions. You know, having these shiny things come in front of us that we could do, and doing everything ourselves, and not outsourcing those things that are not in our genius. And for me, I was guilty of all three of those things. I've still got to work every single day to make sure that I'm aware of them. However, that's what I'm able to help and pass on to others now, both in my team and with the clients that we're working with, so that, you know, yeah, you can have a great business without needing to be everywhere and being all things to all people.
Wonderful, Grant. Thank you for being vulnerable and being authentic and sharing your own, you know, like that's what that is. You know what, we all do many things that's a great reminder, and those are the things we should avoid, not do it. So here, that leads to my next question. What are the top 3 success secrets for the business growth based on your experience?
Fantastic. Yeah, look, for me, number one that trumps everything else is to have a higher purpose beyond your business. You know, a lot of people describe themselves as who they are by what they do. So, for example, I could say that I'm a coach, or I'm a trainer, I'm a speaker, I'm a business mentor, whatever it is. But that's not what defines me. That's not what lights me up and gets me doing what it is that I do every single day that I do it. It's having a higher purpose that actually takes me towards. And, you know, when I'm working with others, that's the first thing I want to find out. You know, for what purpose do you want to do this? Beyond just having a business and beyond just making finances, there's got to be a higher purpose. The second one for me is to make sure that I'm bringing people along with me, that I am constantly learning and passing on those learnings and passing the baton on to other people, and making sure that my business doesn't end with me. My message doesn't end with me. And then number 3, and this has been vitally important for me and for everyone that I get to work with, and that is to make sure that you're doing this with support and accountability. You know, people, an environment that will lift you up, that will support you, that understands where you're going, that has a vested interest in your success, and people that will tell you what you need to hear. You know, particularly for me, I do this with my family as, you know, one place. I've got my own coaches and mentors and people that I make myself accountable to, my own team, I make myself accountable to them. The biggest one for me is my family. You know, I have 5 amazing kids, 2 of them still live at home, 16-year-old twins, and they're empowered to tell me when I'm not home enough, to tell me when I'm going off track and when I'm missing things, or, you know, when I'm not living up to what it is that I, you know, profess to others. And certainly for me, having that level of accountability so that I, you know, have to do what I say I'm going to do is something I find business owners need, because a lot of times it's just you. And not all businesses have a board. Not all businesses have people that they answer to outside their clients, their customers. So for me, support and accountability is vital for every business owner.
Very well said. Thank you. That's a great insight and great wisdom. So, Grant, how are you growing people builders right now in this economy?
Excellent. Yeah, so a couple of ways. And look, just to give you a little bit of context, me doing the things the wrong way, as I described before, of doing everything and, you know, running around everywhere and doing and being all things for all people, I got quite sick and I had to pull back. And for me, it forced me into what I'm doing now. However, I believe it's something that I really should have been doing anyway. And that is, most of our business now is being developed by me developing associate partners all around the globe. People who I train and mentor and develop to do what it is that I do, so that when, for example, I'm working in our business in India, I can do that through others rather than me needing to be there all the time. Or if it's in Singapore, or if it's in New Zealand, or wherever it is, I can do that through developing others. And the reason I'm doing that as well is because my message, my legacy of people builders goes beyond me. There's people out there that I'm serving who then go and serve more clients, get more message out there. And I've sort of taken a role where, even though I still do a lot of delivery myself, I do 50% of my time invested into developing my team. And then the other is me being a conference speaker, and I speak at quite a lot of conferences around the world, and I bring the message around, you know, the latest neuroscience and psychology around performance and leadership, social and emotional intelligence, those things, and getting the message out there that I can then bring in our team to help the individuals, to help the teams around the globe. So for me right now, that is the way that we are developing and building people builders around the globe.
Wonderful. Very, very well. So your key is don't try to do it just like drinking your own Kool-Aid. Basically, don't try to do it everything yourself. Bring other people with you by empower them, first certify them. They are trained by you, and then bring them on board, so that way you can do in a collaboration. Still maintain the quality, and at the end, everybody is empowered and clients get the local help where they are. Is that right?
Excellent. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yes. Thank you so much. Grant, how the Growth Hacking Show community, people who are watching it right now, can support you?
Well, that's a great question. And I thought about this one long and hard. And look, to be honest, just keep doing what you're doing. You know, I love it when there are people like you, Siddique, who are there and you're supporting people, because it can be quite, you know, daunting in business sometimes. There's so much information out there. You can learn whatever you want to learn nowadays on the internet. And there's a lot of stuff that we need to unlearn as well that we've learned from before. So for me, you know, connect with me on LinkedIn if I can serve you in any way, and help me to get the message of people builders out there. So for me, it's about making connections either with senior HR leaders or CEOs of organizations who want what it is that we bring, and people who may be a good fit for the associate program that I run as well. So that's probably the best thing that people could do.
Very good. So you are watching this. I am showing the LinkedIn profile of Gary Grant Herbert right now. Go ahead and connect with him on LinkedIn and initiate the conversation. First is the connection, then you have the conversation, then you have no idea where it can lead to. However, when you connect with Grant Herbert, please connect with an open mind. Don't go with a set agenda, because you just want to have an open conversation. That's why we are on this call right now, because I outreach to Grant with an open mind. Even though he would say no to me, it's okay. Okay, just go with the open mind. Thank you, Grant. I really appreciate it. So, Grant, as we are about to wrap up, I probably will ask you some, because you said you have a wonderful wife and 5 kids, and, you know, good on you, and God bless every one of them. You know, running a business is a roller coaster. Sometimes it's going up and sometimes it's going down. That's, you know, roller coaster goes up and down, up and down. Sometimes it's up for a long time. Sometimes it's down for little longer time too. So what keeps you going in a down moment?
Yeah. Okay. So I could be the motivational speaker right now, and I could say, well, I don't have any down moments, and that would be an utter lie. So for me, I love metaphors. So you use the metaphor of a roller coaster, and you know, you know, years ago I used to go on roller coasters. I don't now. I've had a neck injury, and I would be logically looking at the roller coaster, and I'd see the people get on and they'd get off and they were still breathing and everything was okay. So I would then go on it because I was letting my logical brain rather than my emotional brain work at that point. So for me, the key that I can take out of that metaphor is that you get started and you go on the roller coaster and the ups and downs, and at the end of the day, you get to get off again. You get at the destination that the roller coaster is going to. So for me, in the down times, in the lull, if I go back to what I talked about before, and that's that higher purpose. So when you've got a purpose, when I've got a purpose that's beyond me, a higher purpose that excites me, in those down times, for me, it's focusing on that higher purpose. You know, we're designed as human beings to be selfish, to be self-centered. So in those times, I find that's what the challenge is that we go inward. So for me, you know, one of the big keys to my success is working on my inner game, so that when I can get to those points, I can go, well, hang on a minute, Grant, it's not about you. Let's take my focus and put it on the people that I'm serving. Let's take my focus and put it on the higher purpose. And when I do that, I'm immediately lifted up again. So circumstances, you know, people will say sometimes, under the circumstances, I'm doing okay. Well, you know, get out from under the circumstances and look up. Look at what your higher purpose is, the reason why you're doing this. And that helps me. And the other thing is to make sure that you have that, you know, and for me, it's all holistic. Having that accountability, having that support is to get with those people. Instead of sitting there feeling down, focus on your higher purpose and pick up the phone. Ring your coach, ring your wife, ring somebody who understands where you're going and wants you to get there, and allow them to minister to you as well. So that's what I do.
Wonderful. Higher purpose, and talk to the people who you have the trust with each other, and you can have open, frank conversations, and hopefully they will uplift you enough so that you can keep going on your journey. Thank you, Grant. As we are about to wrap up, Grant, what would you say as a final word?
Well, my first words would be to you, and that's to say thank you. You know, there are so many people who have the privilege to do what it is that I do every single day. And it's, for me, it's a blessing to get that message out further. Now, yes, you know, we could get some business for people builders out of that, but that's not my higher purpose. You know, for me, it's to help people to realize that just like me, we're all on our own journey of imperfection. Perfection is not the goal. Cut yourself some slack. Get help where you need it. And just enjoy being who it is that you're called to be in every area of your life, not just your business.
Yeah, so improve your personal life, and once your personal life has improved, your business life will automatically improve, because personal life really is getting us stuck almost. Is that right?
Yeah, it's the inner game. Yeah, work on the business person more than you work on the business.
Wonderful. Yeah, work on yourself. Thank you so much. Great wisdom. Thank you so much, Grant Herbert, for sharing your wisdom with us today. On the behalf of Growth Hacking Show community and our entire team, we really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia, wishing you good luck, good sales. I do hope our paths cross again with another amazing guest. Until then, all best wishes.
Thank you very much.